Hey, it is your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We're going to zoom in and focus in on a very important topic, and that is what does it really mean to expose a narcissist, to expose a borderline, to expose a psychopath. And I know we really shouldn't kind of be lumping that all in together, but we are just really going to, for the sake of understanding situations here. And even though people are all unique and individual, and personality disorders come in all shapes and sizes, and different and present differently and react differently as individual as a snowflake. Basically, I want to really sort of develop this idea with the idea of, what does it mean to expose them? What does it mean to really sort of confront or come to a really solid space of understanding within yourself, that you really have firm grips now that you know what you are dealing with. You're no longer calling bluff on yourself. You're no longer sweeping things under the rug. You're no longer shutting down that voice within you that says you need to change. This is not working. You perhaps, waited for them to turn the corner on the relationship. They're going to get that job. They're going to quit that affair. They're going to say that they're sorry. They're going to go through the therapy. They're going to stop reacting this way. They're going to stop cussing. They're going to, everybody's going to be holding hands and everything's going to be peachy keen again. Well, realize that, exposing the narcissist or exposing the psychopath basically means that you're able to see beyond the mask and know really what a mask is as it relates to human behavior, and how it relates to, especially how it relates to exactly you and what you take away from the experience. And knowing that people at some point in their career as a person, and that by that I mean by being a human being, eventually you're going to have to come to terms with the decisions in your life, the choices, and meet the consequences. So if you have been, living a lie, a double and triple life, like the way that oftentimes narcissists and psychopaths do, not so much the borderline. So let's not really, kind of factor this in here. But if we look at really sort of the idea that these people can be all for show, be all pretend, put on, the guy, at the hotel, singing on the grand piano. I mean, basically, that's it. I mean, it is a show. It's not always a relationship that you are able to obtain with a narcissist or with a psychopath. You are not able to get the guts. You're not able to get the meats. You're not able to get the heart. You're not able to get the truth. You're not able to get the raw. You're not able to get the, what I call the transparency, where you're really able to, come to a real sort of foundation of trust and openness in the relationship. And trust means that you can be open, and that you don't have to worry that there are ulterior motives, that there is not going to be a splitting attack or a smear campaign about you behind your back. There's not going to be these long, silences where they're not reacting to you, not responding rather, not answering your texts, not answering your emails. You're not going through, this sort of up and down and paranoia and misjudging of yourself, and then doubting yourself, where you're then, back in, in the batting cage to be criticized again and controlled again, or, you're just made to not feel good. And, the exposure then is to realize that what you see is a facade oftentimes in this person. And it is because of their pathological sense of self-importance, coupled with a lack of empathy, meaning that they really don't care if they hurt other people, take advantage of others, exploit others, etc. They don't have that, feeling of concern, trepidation, or conscience. Most people, they have a certain sense of pride and responsibility of doing a job well done, feeling that they've been kind to humankind, that they have opened their heart, that they're not judgmental, that they're not reacting out of anger and hostility out of situations that they have, you know, that they've let their emotions just get the best of them, where they're just yelling at random people, swearing and cussing, or taking things out on people, you know, not being kind to people just because of their position, you know, kind of that always having that judgment stick of, you know, you're less than, you're better than. You know, when you can really release that and let that go, you really become a true human being, in my feeling. And so, you know, when you expose them, you realize that it is just a shell of a relationship, and it's not something you can really kind of let it all out and be comfortable with. And so once you know this to be the case, then let you know that to be the case for yourself. You know, and exposing them is, you know, when you basically have unrefutable proof that they've been leading a double and triple life, that they're, you know, doing this, moving pictures around, whatever it is that they're doing, you know, saying that this is that, you know, they basically just put a whole bunch of betrayal onto you, and realizing that they, you know, they could not back themselves up. They were committophobic in the relationship. They could not be genuine. You know, that is the exposure, when you've realized that they've had, you know, 2 or 3 driver's license or aliases, that they're, you know, whatever it is that they're doing that is making you feel that this, you know, you don't have a genuine relationship with this person. And in knowing that to be the case, you have to identify with your needs, number one. So if you feel your needs are not being met, validated, recognized, or made to feel like you're okay, that this person is trying to project a lot of shame onto you, then that takeaway for you should be enough for you to know that this person is emotionally manipulative and is not in your best interest to be around, because you're constantly going to have to be, you know, down and pick yourself up, down and pick yourself up, down and pick yourself up. How much of your life do you want to spend going through that saga when you're with an emotionally manipulative person? You know, every relationship is going to have some degree of that, but when it's excessive, when it's chronic, and when it's causing pain, it is knowledge that you are not meant to be with this person. So despite your ego that's telling you, I want to, I deserve, I should have, you know, let that all go and say, ego, okay, be quiet now. You know, yes, I deserve to have this person. I did A, I should receive B. You can go through all that, you know, rumination, and you can spend a lot of time. But until you realize that this person is not right for you, and you truly get it in your heart, and you don't feel bad about it, you can just let them go. Just like a bird that, you know, is meant to, you know, fly away to the horizon. You know, let that person go. There's more beautiful birds, you know, who are come and will, you know, perch on my porch, and who will sing to me, and I can appreciate and will appreciate me, to use kind of a metaphor or analogy. But don't try to hold on to something which you're not meant to have. You're just going to cause yourself a lot of strife, struggle, and you're going to have basically really what I feel is like a grudge against yourself. You're basically turning a grudge against that person onto yourself. So you end up having a grudge on yourself, which is not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to cause you a deepening pain, and just take up a lot of precious commodity, which is time in your life. So once you're able to realize that and see it for what it is, and not feel devastated because of what you want or what this person couldn't fulfill, you know, you go through that understanding that, you know, disappointment per se, but then let it go, and then begin to feel the relief that at least you've now learned the lesson, and that there's more life left for you in the future. And so begin to get a new vision of your future moving forward. And if it hurts that it's not with this person, realize that this person oftentimes was not giving you to your future. They weren't allowing you to actually have a vision for yourself, for your future in the beginning. So it's just going to be crippled anyway. It is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. I hope that these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.